Hi, it's Jamie from thedailyinfusion.com. I want to talk about self-esteem, self-worth, and emotions and how these are linked together, and we've come to link them together as a society and humans, and why it's really relevant to speak on this message for me personally, because I've noticed a lot recently just with my own experiences currently and the people I speak with, that there seems to be a repeated message that comes up that if we're having certain emotions that many would consider heavier, darker, or negative, then somehow this is affecting our value as a human being and our self-worth. And we've come to judge ourselves based on the emotions that we hold, so that if we're not happy or in a state of positivity, then somehow our value is less. And this is something that gets determined throughout our life based on the reinforcement we have in the world that we live in. The pressure to constantly strive towards this perfection instead of examining that the human experience and life is going to be a broad spectrum of many sensations, emotions, and the further that we separate ourselves from those sensations, the less we are connected to the humanity within us and the life within us. So how can it be possible that if I'm experiencing a reaction to a sad event, that suddenly makes me less valuable as a human being because I'm now sad about that experience? It doesn't make sense, logically even. So if things happen to us as children or as we grow, and then we don't fully digest those emotions, somehow we've collected these judgments that we're less valuable, and we come to believe that we're not worthy individuals, that we're not even capable of happiness or any of those other emotions, so long as we have a moment where we're sad or a period of time where we're depressed. It just, when we look at it from a logical perspective, it doesn't even make sense, because it is part of life to feel. And it's okay. And it doesn't determine my value or yours if I'm feeling sad or you're feeling sad. So we have to really examine what the beliefs we hold are, where they come from, and learn and teach ourselves that it's actually okay and has nothing to do with our self-worth if we're holding these emotions within us or we feel them at any given moment. It's okay. It doesn't determine our value. It doesn't make us less worthy of experiencing life or other pleasurable things in our life. It just means we're feeling life, honestly. If we're actually connecting to the truth of an event that might be sad or a trauma that occurred in the past, of course we're going to have a reaction emotionally to that event if we allow it. And that is not going to decrease my worth as a human being or yours. It's very important that I want to stress that today and always. So if you have any questions with that, let me know. As always, I'm here to guide you into the emotional experiencing if you're having difficulty connecting with those emotions or fears about them or judgments about them. It's really difficult in a world where we receive pressure to not go into that processing because of the way it might feel heavier. And I know certainly for me, after taking a journey into spirituality, there's a lot of pressure even in that realm, where if you're not maintaining a certain disposition or attitude, then somehow you've stopped and repressed your progression in how you can grow. And I don't agree with that. I agree with the moment that you disconnect from honesty is where we stagnate. So any kind of transformation is going to begin with acceptance and then the movement. And for me, it all comes down to the acceptance of the things that have occurred and the emotions that we have about them, and then the movement of those emotions through experiencing them. And it's not going to feel good coming out, because these events didn't feel good happening, and absorbing whatever we did from those events obviously didn't feel good at that time. So as we release them, it's not going to be the most comfortable process either. But when we know that it doesn't affect our value to experience it, it becomes a lot easier to allow it. Just to allow the flow of life to move through us so we can heal. As always, I'm wishing you so much love. Talk to you soon. Bye.